Good morning once again. So let's start with our new chapter, that is distributional map. I hope that I am properly audible. So when we are talking about distributional map, the first thing that is come in our mind, that is map. The whole this lesson is related to map, first of all. And if you know that, can anyone tell me? Just write in a chat box, okay? That why the map is useful. What is the main aim of map? Just write in a chat box. What is the main aim of map? Why we are using the map? Okay, I got so many answers: to find the area for locating things, to find locations. Okay, very good. To show locations. Yes, very good, students. Good. Good to see that you are active. Okay. So the main aim of map is to show location of each and every place. Nowadays, anywhere. Nowadays, the whole thing is getting digitalized. So we are using GPS or all. But then also in GPS, we are see that there is a map. So when we are talking about map, map is used to show the location of a place. And the second thing is distribution of variables. Now variables like that is temperature. Yes, very good. So the two things is important in map. So first is to show the location of a place, and second is distribution of a variables. Now variables means what? Temperature, altitude. Altitudes like mountains, landforms. Not landforms. Landform is a physiography. And the third thing is rainfall. This all things are variables. Okay. And sometimes when we are preparing some map with special theme, when we are preparing a map with special theme is called thematic map. Just look at the screen, student. You're seen over there. The thematic map. Thematic map, when we are making or when we are preparing a map with special theme, is called thematic map. Special themes like temperature, rainfall, or population. So these are the special theme. And when we are preparing a map with special theme are called thematic map. Yes, exactly. Now, next thing that is when we are talking about, okay, just wait, student. So as we see that, what is a thematic map? Now we see that the distributional map. So when we are talking about distributional map, okay, Sanchit, I can understand. Okay. Now when we are talking about distributional maps are useful to explain the distribution of a variables. Whenever you want to explain the distribution of a distribution of a variables like I told you, the variables like temperature, rainfall, and then the third thing is altitudes. So whenever you want to explain the distribution of a variable, distributional maps are used. But distributional maps are of a three types. This is the most important thing you should always remember, okay? So distributional maps are of a three types, that is dot method, choropleth method, and isopleth method. One by one, we will see each and everything, okay? So first is distributional map. We see that distributional maps are used to show and explain the distribution of variables, and it have a three types, that is dot method, chloroplet method and isoplet method. So the first is dot method. Just look at this map. There are the two maps shown over here. And we go word to word in an explanation part. What is the exactly meaning of a dot method and why it is used? Now, dot method are used and prepared by using statistical data. Now, all of you know that what is meaning of the statistical data, students? What is the meaning of statistical data? Okay, fine. Okay, information required to make it. Okay, numerical information, very good. Yes, so the data which is in a numerical form, or we can say that the collection of a numerical data is called statistical data. The data which is in numerical form. Now the next thing is data. Now dot method is basically used to show the distribution of a map. Distribution of a map like population, and the second one is cattle. For the two things, we always using distributional map. Always remember that is population and cattle. Now always remember that whenever we are using a dot method, we always determine dot method by highest to lowest value or lowest to highest value. For example, I show you over here. Just wait. Okay. Now just look at this. The highest value is 5 lakh, okay? And 5 lakh has larger dot, biggest dot. And if the population is 50,000, the dot is small. As the numbers, as the population are increasing, the dot is also getting increased. So here the highest and lowest value is always considered. In dot method, always remember the lowest and highest value should be considered. The next thing, that is the number of a dot. The number of a dot, the size of a dot, and the density of a variable. Always consider the three things you should always consider whenever you are preparing a dot map. Which three things you are consider? First thing is the number of a dot. Second is the size of a dot, which I show you over here. Just look at this. The size of a dot, as the value is getting increased. Here the 50,000 is the population. So the circle is small, sorry, the dot is small. And as the population is getting increasing, as the population is 5 lakh, the dot is getting larger and larger. So the size of a dot, the number of a dot, and the third thing is the density of a variable. These three things you should always consider. Afterward, when you are making a dot map, you should take a certain precautions. The precaution number one is the size of a dot should be uniform. Now, what is mean by uniform, student? Uniform means what? Let me see your knowledge. Okay, very good. Mitali Dubey, yes, exactly correct. Ria, yes. Okay. So uniform means same, okay? Constant, equal, same. Now next is the distribution of a physiography. Now physiography means what? Landforms. Physiography means landforms like mountains. Okay. Physiography, if you don't know, just write over here. Physiography means landforms like mountains, valleys, plain, etc. And whenever you are making a dot method, you should take a consideration of physiography. Physiography. Next is water sources. Now, water sources means what, student? Water sources means river, ponds, lakes. Yes, exactly. And next is transport system. So you should take a consider whenever you are making a distribution, whenever you are making a dot method, you should take a consideration, you should take a precaution of a distribution of a physiograph, water sources and transport system. The next thing is whenever you're preparing a dot map, so whenever you're preparing a dot map of rural population, so at that time you show a rural population by dot and urban population by circle. Always take a precaution of these things, that whenever you are preparing a dot map, you should take into consideration this three things. The first thing is the size of a dot should be uniform. Next thing is the distribution of a physiography. Afterward, water sources, transport system while placing a dot on a map. And the third thing is, whenever you are showing a population, always dot map is used for two things, two variables, that is population and cattle. So whenever you are preparing a dot map related to population distribution and you are showing rural population, so rural population is shown by dot and urban population is shown by circle. You always take into consideration. Okay. Now, next thing, I will ask you certain question over there. Let me see your knowledge related to map. Okay. Now, your first question is, this is the map of Amravati town. Okay. I hope you are able to see. Okay, good. Sorry. Now, the first question is, what is the population of Amravati town? Just write in a chat box, okay? What is the population of Amravati town? Very good. I got answers over here. Vedant, Shraddha. Okay, good. Priya, I got so many answers and your answers is totally correct. Yes, the population of Amravati town is 5 lakh. Now the next question is, name the place having population of 1 lakh on the map. Name the place having a population of a 1 lakh on a map. Okay, very good. No. So I got here answers of so many students. Okay. Yes, Achalpur. Just look at this map. The population. Achalpur has a 1 lakh population. Yes, very good, Bhakti, and all the students who are giving a correct answer, that is Achalpur. Now the next question. Which part of the map having a sparse distribution population? Which part of the map having a sparse distribution population? Okay, I got so many answers, and the answers is on your screen only. If you have just look at the screen clearly. Yes, exactly. Yes, the answer is correct. That is Chikodhara. All the students having given a correct answer over there. Good. Sorry. Okay. So I hope till here you understand what is the exactly meaning of a dot map. Yes? Is there any doubt in your mind? Okay, clearly. Very good. Okay, no doubt. Good. Okay. Now next is that is chloroplet. Now we see the one part of a dot distributional map, that is dot method. Now we go to the second part, that is chloroplet map. Now just go to the chloroplet map. Just look at this picture, student. Look at this map. This is the chloroplet map. Chloroplet map is related to colors, the tint of a color. Just look at this shade. Okay. Now the color is blue, but it is going decreasing, decreasing, decreasing as the value is decreasing. Just wait for 1 minute. Huh? Yes, exactly correct, Sarvesh. The tints of a color, the shades of a color. The color is one only, but the shades are different. As the value is going decreasing, the shades are also going decreasing. It's going lighten, lighten, and lighten. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the chloroplet map, the data which we are collecting regarding the chloroplet map, and we are making a chloroplet map by using shades or tints. Tints and shade both are the same thing. Okay, so don't confused about that. So shades of a various colors. Yes. So the data of a various variable, which is we obtained through various processes like measurement. We can collect the data through various process like we can collect data through measurement, through surveying like primary survey or secondary survey. Now census, we are doing census survey over there, like Janganna. Okay. Okay. So after that, only one value. Okay. So only one value is given to one sub-administrative unit. Always remember that the one value is given to one sub-administrative unit. If I ask you in chloroplet method, how many sub-administrative units are used? So only one sub-administrative are used. Okay, no two or no three, only one sub-administrative are used. And here always consider, as I told you, just look over there, the lowest and highest values, the lowest, or we can say the largest and smallest values are considered whenever we are preparing a chloroplet map. And how many classes are there? 5 to 7 classes. Just count this, how many classes over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 5 to 7 classes are there whenever we are preparing chloroplet map. So if I ask you how many classes are made whenever we are preparing chloroplet map, so 5 to 7 classes are map. Okay. And each class having different shades. Each class is having different shades. Here the first value you can see over there. Just okay. Okay, for 10,000 to 15,000, the value, the dark blue color is there. Afterward, as the people per square kilometer, or we can say that as the value is going decreased, like 500 to 10,000, no, sorry, 500 to 1,000, the color is also getting light as again the population, the people per square kilometer value is decreased. Like 300 to 500, the color is getting lighter. So the chloropleth map is dependent on which thing? Is dependent on the tints and shades of a color. Now, I ask you some questions over there. Let me see how much you understand, okay? The first question is, just look at this map. I hope you map is visible to all of you. If yes, just put in a chat box, yes. Okay, good. Okay. Now, first question is, name the taluka having population density between 301 and 400 person per square kilometer. Okay, very good. Aditi Gaikwad, yes. Okay, Sai Pathak, Mitali Dubey, Kavita. My question is, the name the taluka having population density between 301 and 400 person per square kilometer. Okay, Rishi Gaikwad, Bhavani, Prachi, Taide. Okay, good. Okay, map is not clear. But as I got so many answers, map, as you can see that if you have a test book, I ask you same question, okay? But the map is clear at that time, okay? Okay, so next is, what is the density of Amravati Taluka? What is the density? Yes, very good, Ruchi. Aditi, okay. Labhesh, Ayushi, Shivam, Kavita, Shubham, Mitali, Aditya. Okay, good, very good student. Now next is, name the taluka having a population density less than 300 person per square kilometer. Okay, very good. As I wait for some answers. Okay, now next question. Okay, how many classes whenever we are preparing? This is the general question now. This is not related to map. Now, whenever we are preparing chloropleth map, or when we are using chloropleth map methods, so how many classes are there? How many classes are there? Let me check your general memory. Okay, very good. Yes, exactly. The 5 to 7 classes are made. Okay, student, let me know how many types of distributional maps are there. Okay, very good, student. I got so many answers over there. Okay, fine. There are the three types are there. That is isopleth, chloropleth, and dot. Exactly correct. Now the next question for you, student. What is the meaning of a thematic map? Okay. Yes, very good, Soumya. Soumya, okay. So yes. Okay, my question is, what is the meaning of thematic map? Okay, very good. The map which are made for certain theme. Yes, it's a certain, not beta, special, okay? The map which are prepared with a special theme is called thematic map. Yeah, exactly. Okay, fine. Population is shown by dot and urban is by circle. Yes, exactly correct. Very good. Yes. Now we move to the now we move to the next, that is isopleth map. Okay. Up till all the things are clear, I hope so. Chloropleth map is also cleared. If yes, just put in a chat box yes. Okay. Now next is the isopleth map, the third type of a distributional map. So whenever we are talking about the isopleth map, the two things you should always remember and you should always take into consideration. The first is counter, the word counter, and second is isobar. Now just look at this, the two pictures over there. I put two pictures over there. Okay, I will clear your doubt. Okay, Nimriti. Okay, yes. So counter, I think no one knows about counter. So counter means what? A line on a map. A line on a map joining equal points, joining a points of equal height. Just look over there. I will show you. Just wait, okay? Yes. Just look over this. For example, here the value is 400. Okay. For example, here the value is 400 and here also the value is 400. Both the value is same. Okay. So at that time we join this both the points by drawing a one line. I hope this thing is clear. So the meaning of a counter map means what, students? The counter map means the line on a map joining points of equal height. And isobar means what? A line on a map joining points of equal atmospheric pressure. Now, okay, I will give you different example. Okay, just wait till here, okay? Okay. So in counter map and isobar map, only the two different things over there. Counter map is concentrating on equal height, like mountains, valleys, which is above or below sea level. And the isobar map is concentrating on atmospheric pressures. Atmospheric pressure like wind pressures. Okay, so counter map is concentrating on equal height, and isobar map is concentrating on equal atmospheric pressure. I will show you over here so you will get a proper knowledge. Now look at this map. I hope it is visible. If yes, just put in a chat box yes. Okay, good. Let me clear this. Okay, now just look over there. Here the value is 1000. Okay, just look at this. Here the value is 1000. Yes. And in a right side, if you go in a right side, here also the value is 1000. So at that time, what happened? You're joining this 1000 and 1000 value because both the values are equal. You're drawing a one line between both this value because both the values are equal. Whenever both the values are equal, you are drawing a one line over here. Yes, but counter map is related to altitude only. Whenever we are preparing a map related to altitude or height, at that time we are using counter lines. But when we are making a map related to atmospheric pressure, we are using isobar lines. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Okay. Now in isoplith map, in isoplith method, okay, in isoplith method, what happened? The variable is continuous. Just look at this. Look at the scale, student. 1300, then 1200, 1100, 1800, sorry, 900, and then 800. It is a continuous proportion. Always the distribution of variable in isopleth method, it is in continuous proportion. And for only 3 variables, we are using isopleth map. Like dot map are used for population and cattle, as same isopleth map are used for altitude, temperature, and rainfall. For only 3 purposes, we are using the isopleth maps. And always, whenever we are making an isopleth map, we need accurate data. And for 3 things, we are using isopleth method. The 3 things, what are the 3 variables for we are preparing isopleth map? Student, just tell me in the chat box. For which 3 variable we are preparing isopleth map? Very good. Altitude, temperature, and the third thing is? Yes, rainfall. Yes, Sridhi, very good. So, next thing is statistical data, which is belong to respective places. Now look at this. The places are different. It is not only in one place. Just look at this. I will show you. Just wait, okay? The places are different over there. It is in north side, then it is in south direction. Sorry, it is in east direction. All the places are in different and respective places. So such data which we are using or which we are preparing the isoplate method, it is called as point related data. Again, I am describing what is meant by point related data. East direction, okay? It's not east direction. I'm talking about east direction. So, okay. So point related data means what? Statistical data, which is belong to respective places, that data is called as point related data. If I ask you what is the meaning of point related data, so your answer should be statistical data, which is belong to respective places. That data is known as point related data. Okay. So till here, I think no doubt is in anything, as I will take evaluation part now. Okay. So whenever statistical data which belongs to respective places, it is called as point related data, which is belong to different places, respective places. It is known as point related data. So can anyone tell me over here what is the meaning of point related data in a chat box?